I'm Emily.
Hi, I'm Townsy.
This is the Northwest Mystery Show.
And I was always going to tell these stories.
I'm still heated.
Special episode.
This is a special episode where we're going to read you some stories that I have procured this weekend.
Drove miles to do.
I drove hundreds of miles for these stories. So you're going to like them.
I saw that on Instagram. Where'd you drive to? Where's the place? Where's the spot? The Bigfoot place?
It's in Silverton, Oregon.
That's not even a real place. What is it? Where is that at?
Middle of fucking nowhere in Oregon. It's like an hour and a half drive, and the store is called the Silver Falls Country Store. Mm-hmm. And the country store itself is like miles out. It's not even, I don't even think it's in Silverton.
It's not even in town.
It's in the middle of the woods. It was so far away from everything that I went with Anthony, my boyfriend, and he was like, I don't think this store exists.
So, was it hard to find, or was it just far out?
It's so far out that, I mean, if you didn't GPS it, you would never fucking find it.
So, how long has it been open? Could you find it fucking 2004?
I don't know. It's like family owned. The people who own it are like really nice. I heard about this place from my dad. Him and his girlfriend go to like a lot of these small towns, and I think they were just like driving around outside Silverton at some point and stumbled across this place because it's got a giant sign out front that says draft beer. So I think he went in for the beer.
Was the beer any good?
Yeah, they got good fucking beer.
All right.
Yeah. They've got like a bunch of cool IPAs on tap, and they've got like all these signs out front that have Bigfoot stuff on them. So I'm pretty sure like that's what he came in for. But he told me about this place because they have a book that the owners keep where people who come into the store can write down their like creepy stories. So people will write down like ghost stories or Bigfoot sightings, and you can leave like your name and when it happened, where it happened.
What was the name of the store again?
The store is Silver Falls Country Store in Oregon.
I'm just looking it up on GPS because I found Silverton, and it's about, I don't know, half hour east of Salem.
It's a bit of a drive from Vancouver, but
yeah,
we did it on a Saturday. Really nice weather. It's gorgeous.
Outside of Silverton, it is a good another half hour towards Silver Falls State Park, and it's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
It's in the middle of nothing.
Drake Crossing.
It's in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, Drake Crossing is a spot, which was apparently a spot.
I was going to go alone, and now that I've been there, I'm really happy I brought someone with me because it's pretty far removed, and all the other people who were there were like locals, you know?
Yeah, Drake's Crossing is the closest. Right down the street is like the fire district, blah, 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 blah. Basic smattering of no one.
Yeah, just
but
nothing.
It's definitely in the middle of nowhere. And you said they have good beer.
They've got great fucking beer. Okay, this place is a convenience store, mm-hmm. a cafe. Mm-hmm. They've got movies you can rent. They sell like fucking Spam. They've got like a play area for children in the cafe.
Yeah.
Outside, they've got like, you saw that the giant Bigfoot where you can like put your head through and take photos, you know?
Yeah, I saw your pictures, and if you guys have not seen that picture of this, you can see Emily putting her face through a fucking ridiculous thing. Instagram is NW Mystery Show, and if you want to, so this is going to be an episode where we read other people's stories, obviously.
Yeah, so I went and took this trip specifically to get these stories. So the owners were cool, and they let me take photos of the stories.
Yeah.
And
if you want us to read your stories, nwmysteryshow@gmail.com.
Send us your stories. We want them. We will read them.
Yeah, we want to read. We don't want to make our own stories.
We don't have any good stories, so.
Yeah, you do. We're going to get to that later.
I'm going to save mine.
We're going to get to it later. I'm going to try to get it out of her.
The,
I'm going to tell my personal story on this episode.
I want to save mine for when Haley's here because Haley's never heard the full story.
She's dead to me right now. She couldn't make it to this week's recording, so she's literally dead to me right now.
Haley took a long trip and she is recuperating. And
for some reason, she thinks that working and getting hours is more important than the podcast.
I think she lost a lot of money when she went on that like 2-week trip.
Well,
so
yeah, I'm sure she didn't have vacation time in her job.
Haley is being responsible and working. So
yeah, which is why I hate her.
Just Townsy and I this week.
Which is why I think she's garbage, because she cares about real life.
We love you, Haley. Don't leave us.
Yeah, she'll be back next episode for sure.
She won't fucking listen to this. I don't think she listens to the episode.
I can talk all the shit I want.
Oh, we have to do like a public apology to Anthony, who has finally listened to every episode.
No, I don't. I'm not going to do it.
And he's like, I'm going to sue you guys for libel because you shit talk me every episode.
Never said his last name, so fuck him. Fuck him. And by the way, hey, Anthony, I went to your mom's Facebook and I saw your barefaced little child boy before you grew your beard face. You look very young.
It's so weird to see him in pictures without the beard.
Yeah.
Because the whole time I've known him, he's had that beard.
Yeah, that's funny. He's got a baby face for sure.
Without the beard?
Yeah. I mean, you
he did it like 15, but maybe he doesn't now.
No.
But I don't know.
I guarantee you, if he shaved off his beard, he's going to look 10 years younger.
If he shaved it off, I think I would be like freaked out for a little bit.
Yeah. You know what? So I have a beard right now, as you can tell. My mustache game is strong.
It's pretty strong.
But so I have a child who's 5, and since she's been growing up, I've been growing and shaving. So my dad, who's recently passed away, always had a beard. I've seen him never without a beard in my life. So apparently, when I was really young, maybe 2 or 3, I saw him without a beard and I cried.
He didn't know who he was.
Yeah. So for my child, I changed it up. It doesn't take much to grow a beard, though.
I mean, it's so easy to grow it back. It's not a big deal to like
if you
shave
can grow
it.
a beard, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people can't.
This right here, what is this? 4 or 5 months? It's not much. It's not a half a year.
But it came in pretty quick.
Look at this mustache, though.
It's a pretty good mustache.
Yeah, it's strong. I look like I'm gonna tie a bitch to a track.
He's got the long sides that he twirls up, so he looks like a villain from a cartoon.
And I could be Wario for Christmas for Halloween.
You should be Wario for Christmas.
For Christmas, yeah. I should be Wario.
That won't scare your child at all.
Yeah, she ain't scared of shit. All right, so Silver Falls. Tell us more about the trip that they can see on Instagram at Northwest Mysteries Mystery Show, which is fun Instagram.
I spend a lot of.
I mean, you put a lot on there, and it's a lot of fun. I find myself as a participant of the content. I check Instagram a lot, and I see the shit you post on there all the time. It's a lot of fun.
I try to update it every day, so I save a lot of content so I can constantly be updating it. So, I mean, if you guys follow us on there, we're always posting funny shit, and we post stuff from the podcast, we post funny memes.
What's your favorite so far? Your single favorite post?
I like the Ted Bundy guinea pig.
That was what I was going to say.
Fucking favorite.
That's what I was going to say. Ted Bundy guinea pig.
I don't think it got enough love, but it was pretty good.
That's so funny. That's exactly what I was going to say.
I wish I could say like one of the memes that I made, but that one's so good.
Yeah.
I do like the screaming cabbage one.
It's a funny one, but it's not funny on its own.
It's only funny if you listen to the episode.
Yeah. Where Ted Bundy guinea pig is funny.
Always funny.
Ted Bunny is it's close.
Ted Bunny.
Ted Guinea.
Maybe we'll do like a bunny with Ted's face on it. It's Ted Bunny.
Yeah. Ted Bunny.
That's a new. I'll make
Creeper.
that.
Ted Bunny Creeper.
Yeah. So.
You ever had a pet bunny or guinea pig?
We had my sister in kindergarten. They let her like bring home the class rabbit.
Did it die?
For a weekend. Everybody got to take it home one weekend because it couldn't stay at school alone. The bunny fucking terrorized us. It like
did it bite?
Chased us and bit us.
Yeah.
We were horrified of it.
Bunnies do bite sometimes.
Oh, we were so scared.
I've been bitten by guinea pigs as well, but like usually it's like I had orange juice on my hands, so they thought it was food, or like I was trying to break up a guinea pig fight, and they're like, "No, fuck you, son."
I feel like bunnies are vicious. Like this bunny chased us, and then we couldn't get it back in its little cage.
You ever tried hitting it?
No. We thought about it.
Yeah. I guarantee if you punch a bunny in the face, it'll listen up.
We threw like a sheet over it and then like bagged it up and tossed it in the cage.
That's hilarious.
I don't like bunnies very much anymore.
Is your sister older or younger?
She's 2 years younger.
So then you should have been bigger than that bunny.
My mom was afraid of it too. We were all afraid.
Yeah. Fucking kick it. Throw a sheet over it. Wrap it up. Give it a couple of shots just so it knows. But.
We're not advocating animal abuse.
Toss it back in the cage.
Unless the animal's really aggressive.
We're advocating caged animals. If it's going to bite you, keep it in the cage.
Yeah, we shouldn't have let it out. That was our first mistake.
Yeah. So I have guinea pigs. Well, I used to have guinea pigs. Now I have guinea pig.
Singular.
But we have these little makeshift fences. So when we let it out, it's contained. And we'll put something down because they... So guinea pigs, mine at least, never poop on people. Ever. They're really good about that.
That's good to know.
If they're not being held, they poop. I don't know, whenever they want. Just walking around, poop. Walking around, poop. Poop, poop, poop.
Kind of like hamsters.
Right. So you put a sheet, or what I've taken to is a beach towel that I hate. Like the ones that are too thick, and like you try to drop them, and they're like, oh, this is like, it's like drying off with sandpaper.
You just gotta sacrifice a beach towel.
I call those piggy towels.
Oh.
You put those down, and that way, as they poop, you can just throw it out. You don't have to vacuum it. There's no carpet.
We got way off topic. Is this because of the Ted Bundy guinea pig?
It's because Ted Bundy.
Okay. Do you
want me to read a story?
Yeah. So I printed off some of these stories, so we're gonna take turns reading them.
Okay. So these are Silver Falls Country Store paranormal surveys. Do you want me to read the whole thing to start here?
You can give info like on who the person is if they put their name.
No one put first and last name, so we're good.
Okay.
Let's see. Share with us your paranormal experiences. This could be ghosts, UFOs, blah blah blah. Your normal intro.
Yeah.
A binder of these experiences will be created and shared with our customers. As you see below, we only ask for your first name and that you can be left blank if you want to be anonymous. Sometimes telling a story can be releasing event good for your body. Minus all. Thanks for being part of this. Okay, so
I guess this area
there's a whole binder full of these somewhere.
Yeah,
and I bet you they have stuff they took off and put in the archives. We should get to those.
So they used to just have a book that people could write in, and the book was like full, like tons and tons of stories.
Yeah.
And someone fucking stole it. So now what they do is...
Oh, you know who's the worst person in the world?
That person. Yeah, that piece of shit. So now all of these stories, they photocopy them, and then all of the stories in the book are photocopies. They're in a binder now.
Yeah.
And so they'll let you take it and read them, but they definitely they were eyeballing us. They definitely don't want it stolen, but they keep backups now. So
yeah, that's great. All right, so this under format is first name blank,
anonymous.
Yes. Date of the event 2004/2005. How many witnesses? 1. Time of day 1:30 a.m. Really?
Very specific.
Type of event ghost.
I think they're mostly ghosts.
Country and state Indian Independence, Oregon, Polk County. All right. So I just got to say, we discussed it beforehand. I think all these are written by the same person because all of it is in immaculate writing.
They're all completely different handwriting and different people.
I don't know about that, but it's all easy to read. Fucking amazing handwriting.
My dad and his girlfriend wrote 4 of the stories in this binder. I was like, there's no fucking way.
There's 3 people that wrote all these 17 stories.
No.
They wrote 4 of them?
Yeah.
All right.
So
and I haven't
yeah,
read any of these beforehand, so I'm going to stumble.
we haven't pre-read any of
Eat a
these
dick.
so that we can hear them along with you guys.
Yes. Yeah. So eat a dick when I stumble.
Go for it.
I'm not talking to the listeners. I'm talking directly to you.
Just do your best, and I'll make fun of you.
In my early 20s, I spent a lot of time, and I wish they would have at least put like a male or female so we know the voice. In my like age, like, is this a female that's 20 years old, or is this a 30-year-old dude, or like a 58-year-old couple? I just wish I knew the voice.
It might become more obvious as you read it. If like they might answer that in the next sentence.
In my early 20s, I spent a lot of time at a bar in Independence called. Can you read that?
Oh.
Ladara's.
Yeah, let's say Ladara's.
I don't know. Lenora's Ghost. The bar was located in an old 2, maybe 3-story building. How do you not know these stories? I mean,
I don't know.
is it 2 like, and maybe it had a basement, or like I just can't count to 3?
I don't know.
Okay. In an old 2, maybe 3-story building, and was named after a story of a woman who was
No. Read it.
who was threw off a building. Okay, can I just say thrown? Who had thrown herself off the 2nd-story balcony in the 40s, falling to her death. Supposedly, she still haunted the place. Although I knew the story, I never paid much attention to it. Paid much attention to my surroundings or any vibes that may have been present, as I was much too busy drinking and hanging out with my friends. One slow Friday night.
Yes. Set the mood.
I went to the restroom, and you got a moaning Myrtle here. I went to the restroom and heard the door shut behind me. While I was in the stall, I heard water turn on in the sink. I knew I was alone, and the other door hadn't opened, and I went into the stall. I exited the stall. There's a lot of back and forth here that's unnecessary. I exited the stall, and sure enough, the water was running. I washed my hands and left. After that, I always went to the restroom with a friend in something cut off. So, Moaning Myrtle.
I feel like that's what we wanted from the White Eagle.
Yeah, so we went to the White Eagle Saloon, which is the oldest saloon in Portland.
Yeah.
We saw an amazing show. Shout out the Native Howl.
They're really good. They're thrash grass, which is a mix of like...
That's the name of the album, too.
Yeah, they're like thrash metal meets bluegrass, and the lead singer looks like Jason Momoa.
He looks like shorter white Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you watch his videos, you won't see that. He's lost weight since.
He's lost, I feel like on this tour, he's lost a lot of weight, and it's all from like sweating at those shows.
Yeah,
He was dripping.
I think we're earlier in the tour. I think he just lost it on his own.
Whatever. He's
But
definitely
anyway,
lost
he's probably
weight.
down 30 pounds from that video, though.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks real good.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife had to tell him how hot he was.
Your wife thought he was real hot.
In her defense, he was.
Yes. And they're like really, really
so
good.
So good. If you get a chance to see the Native Howl anywhere, they're a Michigan-based thrash metal band, thrash grass band.
They're from Detroit, right?
Did I say Michigan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit. Yeah.
I can't believe that they hadn't been to Portland. They looked so Portland with like the beards and...
I think this is going to be their home away from home. I really do.
Honestly,
Like,
I think they'll
spot.
fucking move here. Like,
Well, they should. This is definitely their spot.
this is their scene. Like, people here want that kind of music.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll thrive here. So my buddy, Elliot, they actually stayed with him that night, and because he's been in contact with him, and I told him to let him know next time they're in town, let's fucking do some shit. We can get him on this podcast for sure.
Oh
We
my God.
can,
Yes.
Show him around town, do a little short doc. I think that would be the way to go.
They stayed with him, right? They didn't stay at the White Eagle?
Right. Right.
If they had stayed there, I would want to know.
Basically, it was a low budget tour, And he's done that before, and he told them because he was a fan. And he's been there. Just fucking crash with me, save your money. Also, I'll feed you, which is a big thing on Twitter.
That's real nice.
Yeah. He hooked him up, and hopefully it went well. Apparently they went back and fucking smoked and jammed, and it was fun.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, it does. So next time they come through, we're gonna try to get him on. Big fans.
And the White Eagle is super fucking cool.
Yeah. I don't know how much it's a good music venue.
It's really small and really narrow, and there's just not enough seats at all. And the show we went and saw, there was a ton of people. It was just like way too packed.
I guess though, but for if you're a band that's gonna draw 50 people, that might be the spot. If you're gonna draw 100 people, it's too much.
Yeah. I went, one of my dad's friends, his name's Rob, but his stage name's like Big Water. He did a show there.
Why you gotta call it his real name?
The next, because I call him Rob, but Big Water did a show there.
Big Water.
Like a week later after we were there. Yeah. And so on a whim, I drug Anthony there, and we watched the show.
You drugged Anthony to get him to go to the show?
Basically. Okay. Well,
Was it any good?
Yeah, he's
Same
good.
Packness?
There was less people, so it was better.
Okay.
Yeah. But we still had to stand. Like, we got there too late.
Yeah.
And so all the seats were taken. If you go there, you have to go like super early just to get a seat.
Yeah, if you want seats. Otherwise, just keep your shit outside. Because they got a dope patio there. It's just a thin building.
Yeah. We hung out outside the whole time, honestly, and then came in later to listen to him. And we just stood up. But their food, Shut up, Big Water. Big Water. Agua Grande. That's what people call him.
That's horrible. You know what they call him on the Northeast Coast?
What?
Big Water.
Water.
Big Water.
Oh, speaking of water. Weird connection. I don't know if you've seen it. You probably haven't. I watched Manhunt Unabomber.
Okay.
On Netflix. Have you seen it?
No.
Sam Worthington's in it. There's this big deal about
Sam Worthington?
How he says the word water. He says it like that.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Philly thing.
Yeah.
Water.
But it's about...
Who the fuck is Sam Worthington?
He's the main dude in...
I recognize the name.
Avatar. He's like the military dude
who...
Avatar, like blue people Avatar.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking of...
He's main dude in that. He's in some other shit, but nothing really good. I don't think he can act, honestly. And he was okay in the Unabomber.
Did he play the Unabomber?
No. He plays the FBI dude who like helps catch the Unabomber. I would recommend this for people who are into like true crime shit because it's based on the whole manhunt and it's like a really interesting story. They spent so much time and money trying to fucking catch this guy who was so good. Sam
Worthington looks like the guy they call when they can't get Josh Duhamel or Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah, he's like back up.
Yeah, he's like, all right, who do we want for this role? Timothy Olyphant.
Can't get him.
Who do we want? Sam Worthington, I guess. I don't know. Josh Duhamel's busy.
Sam Worthington, like, he either can't act or they just like didn't give him good shit to work with, which is what I think because they didn't.
Probably both.
I think it's both. He's okay in this, and his character gets less likable as it goes on. They got Paul Bettany to play Ted Kaczynski.
You know who they should have gotten to play Ted Kaczynski?
Who?
What's his face? God damn, this is bothering me right now. The comedian who plays Ted Kaczynski.
Who?
Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell should play Ted Kaczynski.
No.
He played him in SNL. It's hilarious.
But it's like this is a super serious.
You should definitely play him forever.
No, this is a very serious show. It's not funny.
Doesn't matter.
It's not funny.
Will Ferrell can play serious.
Paul Bettany fucking kills it. He makes Ted Kaczynski so likable, and they give him like one of the episodes. It's like it's just his episode. It's all about Ted.
But it shouldn't be likable though, right?
he's just such a good actor, and he just shows Ted's life and his point of view so well.
He's crazy.
That
he's
you
horribly
really
schizophrenic. That's his point of view.
No, this series like challenges that. They don't.
Oh, this series is gross then.
You should.
He's a crazy guy who went crazy.
You should reserve your judgments, and you should fucking watch it. It's not 100% true. It's like based on a true story.
Oh, that's even
so
worse.
they change a lot of. Yeah, I'll admit they change a lot of shit. I think you should watch it.
They make Ted Kaczynski likable. You know what they shouldn't do ever in film? That.
When it gets to like the court hearing and like they sentence him, I fucking sobbed. I was so upset. And
you're the worst kind of person.
I went back and rewatched it later and I cried again. Like it's fucking emotional. I think they did a really good job with it and I would recommend it. Don't expect a lot from Sam Worthington.
Just so you know, and this is way earlier in the conversation, Timothy Olyphant and Josh Duhamel are doing a series where they play brothers.
What's the series?
I'm looking it up now, but it's like, why wouldn't this happen? Like, they should 100% always make this happen.
I don't think they look that much alike.
Are you joking? They look exactly alike.
No, they don't.
Yeah, it's just Timothy Olyphant is shorter.
You're wrong.
They did. I was watching this interview with Josh Duhamel, and they were talking about how he's boys with Timothy Olyphant. And they're like, hey, are you ever worried that like he's kind of getting pigeonholed in his acting? It's like, as what? A badass? No, it's fine. You know what? I can't look it up. But shout out Timothy Olyphant, Santa Clarita Diet. It's a dope show.
I still haven't seen it.
It's good.
I've heard good things about it. It's just like...
It's really good.
Ugh, I'm watching so many shows right now, man. The Manhunt Unabomber thing is like 8 episodes and that's it. There's no more. Yeah. So it's easy to commit to.
But you're trying to make...
Binge it in 2 days.
Kaczynski a nice guy.
I'm not saying that's what they do. I'm just saying... to me, he's likable, not in the sense that he's a nice guy. He's likable because it humanizes him, and he's problem. A person.
Don't humanize psycho killers.
But you know he's a person with like a real background in a story, and they have to show that.
Oh, his background is he's crazy, and he wants to blow up people.
I think you're wrong.
He wants to murder people, and you're making that okay.
I'm not saying that's okay. You're completely skewing what I'm saying.
Yeah, without seeing this at all, I'm completely drawing conclusions. Yes,
yeah, you are.
Yeah,
you are. Yeah. Go watch it, David. Go watch it.
I don't know if I want to humanize a psycho killer.
Hey,
did you ever see that documentary where they made Hitler look like a nice guy? That was pretty good. You should watch that.
What the fuck? Okay, that's not the same thing. He's also a person with like a real life story. You know what I mean? Like, are you saying they shouldn't tell Ted's story?
So I listened to this podcast recently.
This podcast?
With Tim Kennedy, and he was talking about how they have Hitler's skull in Russia. Skull.
His like head.
And they DNA'd his teeth, and they said, "Oh shit, this is a woman." Not the next day, and this was on Joe Rogan's podcast, which is, I don't know, the biggest podcast in the world. Because Tim Kennedy does a TV show called Finding Hitler, and they've been down to South America, and there are German towns in South America where they continued the Nazi bullshit, right? Where it's like, oh, this is a great town. Let me dig into it. Oh no, it's horrible. These are all bad people, right? And they think Hitler actually escaped into one of these places. And
yeah, I know. I'm fully on board that theory.
So then I saw this article show up yesterday, like 3 days after this Joe Rogan podcast. Oh, these scientists, without a doubt, Hitler took cyanide and shot himself in World War II at the end of it. I'm like, oh no, you're lying just to clean it up. Nah, I don't believe you. Gross.
I don't believe it either.
Yeah, just like your Ted Kaczynski story where he's humanized. I don't believe it.
What? I just said I watched it and I enjoyed it, and I think you should also watch it, and then you can draw your own opinions.
Yeah.
You go watch it, and then we'll discuss it next week.
Yeah. So I watched this Ted Bundy documentary where it totally humanized him, telling him why he's actually was doing a good job. Let's watch
I
that
didn't
one.
say any of this shit. I'm gonna fucking lose it.
All right, do you want to read a story or do you want me to read another one?
I'm gonna read. I'm gonna
'Cause
read
I
one.
got two pages here.
I think I've got more than you, so I'm gonna read one.
Okay, you go for it.
Okay, this one is
So same preamble, please show us your things, stuff and things.
stuff
Which
and
is-
stuff and
it's
things.
pretty cool. I like how they have this.
I like
format.
that they set up a format for it,
Yeah.
not just like put in blank pages.
Yeah. I
It's
like
nice.
It. Does it got a name on it? Yours, because I think that.
Mine does.
So I read the first one, which didn't have a name, and I have one more that doesn't have a name, and then one that does have a name. So, if you had a legit thing to put down there, would you put your name?
I think it depends what it is. You know what I mean? But for what this place is,
Like what? Like I saw Big Feet's My Name is Emily, or I got a ghost in my apartment that puts it in my butt. I ain't telling you my name. Like,
yeah, if it's something like personal or I don't know, really, really fucked up, maybe I wouldn't put my name, but
yeah.
this place is in the middle of nowhere. Who the fuck's gonna read this? Like, except we're reading it on this podcast.
I wonder if they have these online. If not, they should.
I don't think they
They
do.
should transcribe these.
It's very like mom and pop,
They should
middle
hire
of
a guy
nowhere.
to transcribe these, because all this writing's immaculate. Did you ever? Okay, so we have 5 here. I'm assuming there's more. Was there like a ton there that like you couldn't read?
There were about, I would say, like 30 stories in the binder. Some of them take place in other states,
Yeah.
so I didn't choose those ones.
I think
Some of them are written so illegibly. One of them's by a child, so I didn't put any of those in.
I saw a ghost. Okay, bye.
One of them's just a drawing by a child. There's no
Is it a
story.
Dick Butt or what?
No, it's like trees and a face, and I was like, oh, that's kind of creepy.
Slender Man shit.
Honestly, the drawing was creepier than some of these stories. Maybe I should have taken a photo.
Do you believe any of these stories?
I believe these people believe these stories.
That's a completely different statement. All right, go ahead.
I don't know if I believe in ghosts. So I believe in Big Feet.
I believe Big Feet existed at some point and not anymore.
Unless they're interdimensional beings.
Gross.
I've heard that theory.
Sam Squinches existed.
Well, that's good enough. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is actually from my dad's girlfriend. This is one of the stories she wrote in there.
Oh, directly calling bitches out. Let's go.
Hey.
What's her name?
Amanda.
What's her last name?
I'm not gonna. She didn't put it, so I'm not gonna read it. But this is from Amanda,
So
and
we can't Facebook just fucking be like, you believe in that, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
so she doesn't get harassed. Hopefully,
Yeah, that's fair.
but this is from Amanda,
So we can find
and
her through your Facebook. Oh, okay, go ahead.
that's I mean, if you must, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, the internet trolls be trolls.
That's true. So this is from Amanda and Doug, who's my dad. The date is
Of course, your dad's name is Doug.
Doug.
Your dad, by all stories you've ever told me, is 98% Doug.
His real name is Douglas, but we just call
Well, I
him
mean,
Doug.
That's
He's a Doug.
yeah, that's how names work. Everyone you've ever met named Doug is Douglas.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I feel like
No,
people
that's-
don't say they're Douglas. They never
ever met
go
a-
by Douglas.
You ever met a guy
No?
named Dave?
Yeah, just
100%
just Dave.
is 100% his name is David.
Are you sure?
100%.
We have a family friend named Dave. He's never gone by David. I don't think his real name is
Look
David.
at his birth cert. It is David. I guarantee you.
I'm gonna have
person-
to ask him.
Every person you've ever met named Doug is Douglas.
There's a lot of generalizations happening in this
What?
episode.
No. 100%.
You're real sure about all of this.
Yes, that's how names work. You ever met someone named Dick? His name is Richard.
That one's. I mean,
It's
obviously.
the same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay. Sometimes. My dad is Doug.
Your dad's name is Douglas.
Okay, so this story happens December 22nd of last year, 2017.
Ooh.
Witnesses is 2, so I assume her and my dad. Time
Her
is
and Douglas.
her and Douglas at 5:30 p.m. and it's a ghost sighting in Marion County, Oregon, in Silverton. So
That's where it was, huh?
I bet this happened like right before they came to this place. What are you doing? Are you filming me?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Oh boy. Okay, go. So this is her story. Doug and I were driving back from a visit to Niagara, Oregon. We decided to take Highway 214 to Silverton since we're so adventurous and enjoy driving different roads to
So adventurous.
and enjoy driving different roads to destinations.
we like to take roads to places that we're going. Go on.
We drive roads to places and we adventure.
All right, yeah.
That's her story.
Yeah.
It is what they do. It was just redundant.
All right, go ahead.
As we drove east on Highway 214, we came up to Drift Creek Road northeast. We took a slight curve, and with my brights on, I noticed a house, and then I saw a person walking on the right side of the road along some grass. I started to brake and was going to mention to Doug that there was a person walking in the road,
Yeah.
when all of a sudden, they vanished. It was a tall, dark form of a person with arms swinging,
Slender Man style.
about 5'8", human form, walking/rushing out of the rain. Kind of an urgent walk, trying to get out of the way. Immediately, when the form vanished, the hair on my arm stood straight up and goosebumps formed.
Okay. All right.
I had a feeling come over me, and I told Doug that I had just seen a ghost. We stopped to look if we could see the grass move, and
The grass move?
yeah,
Okay.
we stopped to look if we could see the grass move, and there was movement. It was dark and rainy, not a downpour, and I had my brights on, and I saw a definite human form. It makes me curious to know if anyone has been killed there, or if any death close to that area around mile 215.
So wait,
21.5.
time out. They saw a guy in the rain.
She said, oh, but the last thing is, it was a great experience.
Wait, so you're telling me they were driving and from here to there, because that's how they like to get to places, is on roads.
On roads. To destinations.
To destinations. They like to, and they saw a guy in the dark
Yeah.
in the rain.
On the side of the road.
Because why would,
In the tall grass.
yes, tall grass, and they saw that there was definitely a path in the grass.
She said there was movement. She didn't say there was a path. There was a house nearby, but
Movement in the grass like wind?
I don't know.
So they saw, so I was driving in the road at night and I saw a guy.
She saw a form of a person,
hold
and
on.
then it disappeared,
Let me
and she
write
thought
this.
it was a ghost.
Let me rewrite her story in 2 sentences. I was driving in the dark and I saw a guy. 1 sentence.
Last sentence, it was a great experience.
Oh, wait, yeah. No, 2 sentences. I was driving in the dark. I saw a guy. It was a great experience.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that's something you could look
But
into.
I assume that there was a lot of weirdness to the story that wasn't conveyed in the writing, right? Like it was a guy, and then we didn't see him immediately after, and then we went to look for him, and we couldn't find him, but we found evidence of him, but we didn't see him where he should have been. That's what I'm kind of assuming.
Yeah, I think that's what
Yeah.
she said.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. I'm making fun of the writing, but I've been there. I've seen dudes go around corners, and I go peek around the corner, and there's no one there.
Which is creepy.
Yeah.
She has a lot of these experiences. I know she definitely believes in ghosts, and she has a lot of ghost sightings. Mm-hmm. As Townsy makes that face.
No, yeah, a lot of people do. We've seen that.
Yeah, but so this is just one of many stories that she has. But I've actually heard her tell this one. So
Yeah, she probably tells it with more gusto when she tells it in person.
Yeah, she just said it was really fucking creepy. It was late and he shouldn't have been even walking on the side of the road.
Yeah, but you're in real Oregon. There's
Yeah.
lots of people on meth who shouldn't be up.
Do you think it was just like a meth head in the middle of the
I
night?
gotta guess if it's Silverton, Oregon. I mean, meth is an epidemic. You know,
Meth's a hell of a drug.
it's a hell of a drug. There's a reason why people do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, say bye to Facebook Live.
Bye, Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, fucking. I think that happens, and I don't know. It's weird. Who's to say? It wasn't menacing, which is good.
She said she got creeped out by it, you know?
Right, but you can get creeped out by a spider that's sitting in the corner that doing nothing.
I do.
Right? Yeah. It's not
Fucking
menacing.
spiders.
Menacing and creeped out are two different things.
It's true. It's true.
So at least it's not menacing.
I think all of these, it's like, you know, we don't know if they're true and we don't know like what really happened in all of these, but these people feel like this is what happened.
Yeah. And we're gonna make jokes.
We're gonna make jokes about all of them.
We're not necessarily shitting on these people.
One of them that I gave you to read, I've already read, and I can't read it again. It's so funny.
Oh, it's funny, not creepy.
I'm gonna make you read it.
All right, which one do you want me to read next?
Read.
Is it this one or this one?
This is the funny one.
That's the funny one. You want to read the funny one last?
I want you to read it last.
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna read the not funny one. I'm probably gonna find it funny.
You're gonna find all of them funny.
I'm gonna wink, wink, crack wise for sure.
Okay, go for it.
So this is again no name. Paranormal Survey, Silver. Why can't I say silver?
Silver Falls.
Jesus Christ, Silver Falls Country Store Paranormal Survey. We should maybe scan these and put them up somewhere.
Let's just put them up like maybe on our Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even if we put the blank, people would at least get a chance to see this is what the survey consists of.
Yeah, true.
Which is
We'll put at least one
a
up.
thing into itself. I think they did a really good job of making this format of a survey. All right. So first name nothing. Does not want to be identified because they don't want those rotor motherfuckers bothering. All right. Date of event 2012 2013. How many witnesses? The fuck does that say? What does the witnesses say?
Multiple.
Is that what that says? I saw Jaw Hope.
Time of day? I don't know what that says. Various.
Yeah. All right. So multiple. Time of day, various. Type of event, ghosts. County and state, Corvallis. Corvallis is, if you don't know, where Oregon State is.
Yes.
And undernotably, right next to Philomath, where the state police training is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Philomath. You ever drive through Philomath? You better drive the fucking speed limit. If you're going to Newport through Eugene and Corvallis.
I did that recently.
Yeah, you're going to go through Philomath. That's the one with the one-way streets either way that are separated.
Yeah.
Philomath. That's where the state police training is.
Oh, I think I drove real fast through there.
Next time, don't.
I got lucky.
I personally like to go through Lincoln City. It's just a prettier drive. All right. My boyfriend and I lived in an, I'm assuming, playing the odds, this is a gal.
Yeah, probably.
My boyfriend and I lived in an apartment off of Gariana Street in Corvallis. I don't know where that is. I don't really care. Corvallis is basically Cowtown to me. I'm not a big fan. In 2002, 2003. Oh, I said 2012, 2013. This is 2002, 2003. My bad. I'm a decade off.
Oh, wow. That is a...
All right. We were both 19 at the time. While we lived there, we had several strange experiences. My boyfriend had an RC car that went forward backwards and had hydraulics to make it move up and down. One day, it started moving up and down on its own. Okay. This could be easily explained now. Thinking it was malfunctioning, we removed the batteries. A few hours later, it started moving up and down again. All right, well, all my chest is proven. We got rid of it. The RC car. You got rid of the RC car just because it was doing RC car shit? Oh, I mean, those things cost a pretty penny back in the day. I'm assuming they got a good one. All right. Some time passed. Weeks or months. Well, that's a big...
Keep going. Roll through it.
All right. Blank name. It's weeks or months, and those are two different things.
I mean, these stories aren't like winning awards.
So I'll see you later. Hours a day. So I don't know.
It's been a while.
Fuck. All right. So sometime it passed, weeks or months. Let's just say 2 months.
Just keep reading.
just for the sake of the timeline. And I got home to find my boyfriend's rifle rack, wooden, had fallen forward and was laying on the ground on top of his rifles. Well, okay. I asked him. I asked him to pick them up, which he did. Later that day, we were sitting across from the room on a couch, not spelled right, watching TV. The rifle rack, I'm assuming it fell down again because it wasn't
properly
screwed into the bolt or to the stud.
I know.
And the rifles fell over again. Because it was just...
Shocker.
Because it was fucking drilled into drywall, you dummy. We went over and picked them up. We figured the rack was too top heavy sitting on the carpet, so we arranged them by estimated weight. So the heaviest were at the bottom of the rack, so leaned back slightly, so it was resting against the wall. And there's a little diagram.
Like how precious.
So let's see the diagram here.
Oh, that's adorable.
Apparently, it wasn't a hanging rack. It was a
standing
tripod sandwich board type rack. So the top heavy thing has weight. Pun unintentional. The top heavy thing does make sense. After that, the rifles no longer lived on their rack. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I skipped it. Whole thing.
Go back.
We went back to watching the show, and a while later, the rack toppled over again, which was impossible without something exerting force on it, given the weight of the distribution triangle. After that, the rifles no longer lived on the rack. All right, so okay. All right, that's valid. If you don't think that rack could have toppled over without exerted force, that's a thing. I thought initially it was on the wall. And
that's what I thought. Yeah.
So, but after the diagram, I get what they're saying, and it has validity. Probably. Sometime later, we were hanging out in the living room with several friends. While we were sitting on the couch, 2 lemons and an onion were tossed across the kitchen out of a produce basket on the counter. It was not overfilled. They did not roll out. Everyone there saw it happen. So your
multiple witnesses.
Yeah. That's the thing. Roll out. Everyone there saw it happen, and all but 2 of her friends were freaked out and left. So everyone left except for 2 people.
I would probably leave.
Your friends are bitch made though. Some scary shit happened. Yeah, but it happened to you? Are we having fun? What's going on? Drinking beer. Shut up. Would you leave? You wouldn't leave. You'd fucking... Let's see if it happens again. That's
I know.
what you would do.
I'd stay.
Yeah.
I'd stay until like knives were flying, then I'd be like, I'm out.
Yeah, knives? Are you kidding? I'm out.
First it's lemons.
But lemons and onions? Yeah, I'm chill.
At that point, I guess I'm still in.
We'll figure it out. All right. There were several times where we lived there that I was home alone and received a distinct get out vibe. Okay. Generically speaking, I would chew it out as I grabbed my things to go. So she would fucking go, but she would be like, fuck you, no, I live here, I pay rent, you don't put nothing on the bill. Tell me to get out, dumb ghost bitch.
That ghost doesn't pay rent, so.
Yeah, fuck that ghost. We always thought it was the ghost of a child tell you to get out.
No, that's an adult ghost.
That's some adult ghost shit. Like, a child would be like, play with me, or like, I'm gonna talk, like the lemons and the onions, that's child shit, right? The rack maybe is child shit. Get out is not child shit. That's
Get out
adult.
That's either like a adult who used to live in that house, or that's like a demon. It's just like, get the fuck out.
We chewed out as I grabbed my things to go. We always thought it was the ghost of a child because it seemed playful at times and threw tantrums, but who knows? Question mark.
I'm gonna say that's not a child.
So I have no problem believing that spaces have memories.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with... that's why ghosts don't adapt to times, right? And if you're saying a ghost does repetitive shit, I'm with you.
Yeah.
If a ghost tells you get out, I'm okay with that. I get it. But if you got an apartment that's built in 1974. How much time you got into that bitch? Like, was from 1974 to 1994 the same person lived there, and it's been a problem since? 20 years, maybe.
If I was the person who wrote that story, first thing I would do would be to look into the history of the house. Mm-hmm. I would want to know who lived there, who fucking died there, if anyone. You know,
if your shit was from 1920 and someone lived there from 1920 to 1950 and he's a whole notable son of a bitch who did some things and had some feelings.
Yeah.
All right, like
that's him.
Some shit can seep into the wood. I get it.
We're just gonna rule out child, like 100% right there, because I'm not on board.
Yeah, I'm fine with child ghosts. I don't get it. I don't think they can be.
I don't think they can be like menacing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but if like, I don't know, like, okay, here's my problem. So let's say children were ghosts.
Yeah.
Do you know how many fucked up child murders have happened forever? I'm not talking 1900s. I'm talking the past 5,000 years. Everything be haunted. Everything would be haunted.
There'd be so many fucking child ghosts.
Can you go to Mexico, anywhere where the Incas lived, if there was fucking traumatic ghost bullshit?
Oh no,
no, Incas fuck shit up.
Do you think that ghost experts go there and they're like, yo, this place is haunted as fuck?
I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it, but we haven't looked into it.
No. I can't give you definitive. I never looked into it.
Well, we're gonna have to do research.
No, that's something I liked about 13 Ghosts.
Oh, David.
We've talked about 13 Ghosts on this show.
Oh god.
Is the ghost seer, quote unquote, Matthew Lillard? Like, it was believable. It's like, all right, well, whatever. Okay. Oh, okay. Like he really went into it with like, I don't think so. And then he seen, he's like, oh no, okay, you're right, my bad. He was always like, bullshit. Oh, yep.
So you have to assume bullshit to start with. You can't go in assuming
for sure
that they're real.
You gotta go into, if you can legit see ghosts, you gotta go into it thinking most people are crazy. And then when you find them, it's like, oh, okay, we got a big deal. All right, do you want to read one more before I read the funny one?
Yes. Okay.
Do I shit on these too much? Am I Am I being too cunty?
I mean, it's true for them, but I think we're allowed to make fun of it. So
I'm trying not to make fun of them, but I can poke holes in your story.
yeah, because that's their interpretation, but we
Yeah.
can interpret it.
Well, it's
different.
like they're rich, like that one with the gun rack. It's like, is it on the wall? But when they drew out the diagram, it made more sense.
Important. That was very
Yeah.
important.
It was.
I did see that they had drawn that on there, and I was like, that's stupid. Why would they do that? But now I
Yeah,
see that it's important.
For sure. Because if it's hanging on the wall, it's just drywall issue.
That's what I would have assumed.
Before you do that, you want to hear my story?
Your personal one?
Yeah, my personal one.
I'll save it for last.
It's an aliens one. No, I want to do it before the funny one because mine is so short. So,
okay, do it.
So, I'm a single child,
Yeah.
and my parents had a small car, and we would go places, and then we would come home. So we lived in Washougal, where there's not a lot of light pollution at the time. We're talking mid '80s,
Okay.
Washougal, and take the amount of people who live in Washougal and like a third of that people. So there wasn't, but there's a mini mart by the exit that we got off at. And so I was sitting in the back seat. My parents were listening to the radio or whatever, talking to each other, and they got off the freeway. And so it's west to east, and we got off on a road going south to north. And the Minute Mart was north of us, and the road we were taking was 2 roads behind the Minute Mart. We were taking the left.
Okay.
So we're going past the Minute Mart, 2 roads, and then taking the left. So I saw what looked like a helicopter. And that's what stuck out of me. It's like, oh, crap, helicopter. There's a round lights. And it was lowering down at helicopter landing speed.
Yeah.
And it went behind the Minute Mart. And we went up and we're driving. I didn't say anything to my parents because, I don't know. You know, I'm young.
Yeah.
Whatever. And as we get to the Minute Mart and we go past it, I look over, expecting to see like, oh, helicopter stuff. Nothing.
Nothing.
And then we go 2 roads, take a left, and go home. That's it. That's the end of my story. But the point is I saw a motherfucker land, and there was lights all around what was about the size of a cockpit of a helicopter land behind that Minute Mart, and then there was nothing there when I got there.
Do you think it was aliens? Is that what you think?
I don't know what it was. I don't think aliens ever visited us. I think aliens exist, for sure.
But you think it was something?
I don't know. I think it could have been. I was sleepy because it was.
Could have been something
Because it was 6.
that you thought you saw.
Maybe I misremembered it later. It could be a ton of things.
But that's your story.
Maybe it was a helicopter that was another street past. I don't know.
They just landed somewhere else.
There's too many power lines. There's no fucking helicopters in there. Too many power lines. It wouldn't work.
Yeah, it seems like a weird spot for it to touch down.
Yep.
You know.
So what is it? I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. But that's what I remember saying.
This one,
I think it was a misremembers.
I think you'll like this one. It's not a ghost. They put shadow person. They did put shadow people when they crossed it out and wrote person.
You know what my favorite thing is?
Shadow people.
Yes.
I know.
I think they exist. I think they 100% exist.
I know you believe that. So this person does too. So I will read it. They are anonymous. The date was around 1990, and they're the only witness. I feel like it's a girl. I don't know why, but I feel like
because you're sexist. Go ahead.
I feel like I've read this one. I feel like it's a girl. So we'll see what you think.
Yeah, because you're so far behind the patriarchy. Go ahead.
You tell me what you think after I read it.
Just because of the handwriting.
because of a lot of things,
I
but
think these are all girls because of the handwriting. Because boys,
They-
like
this
fucking
person
shit.
writes their periods as like open circles instead of like a
So
dot.
you think it's a girl
That's a
because
girl.
of periods?
A guy just does like a fucking dot. A girl does like a circle. Also,
No one does a circle.
I saw people do that
Hey,
in middle school.
I know girls. You know what they don't do?
Write their periods as circles.
I know who does that.
I saw people do that in middle school. I don't know why anybody would keep doing it, but I think it's a fucking girl. So this happened in Oak Harbor, Washington. Was it playing? Turn that off. Turn that off.
The fuck is this?
Our Facebook Live video just like started playing. Is that a ghost?
Definitely good.
That was def a ghost.
Sounds weird.
That was creepy.
I don't like it.
Okay. Why did that start playing?
I don't know.
Or-
I have all of my sounds off all the time on my phone.
oh.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. That's creepy. When I was 7 or 8, I lived in Oak Harbor, Washington. I have always been an insomniac and was pretty afraid of the dark. My mom got me a reading lamp that we attached to my bed. I also had that when I was growing up.
Me too, because I read a lot.
Yeah.
I had a
that was me.
those clip-ons.
Yeah. I think she says that. It was.
I still have one. I still have one attached right next to my desk.
I need to get one.
Well, my my living room has these soft lights,
Yeah.
and I have a strong light specifically when I want to read my comic books.
I don't know why you just did that. You can't say comic books?
Yeah, that's the only thing I read anymore, comic books. So when I want to read my
'Cause you don't
comic
read
books,
book
I flip
books.
that light on. No, because all the good books are fucking movies. You know what the last book I read was?
What?
Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I just finished Mindhunter, and it was fantastic.
I need to watch all of the... So I need to watch all the Game of Thrones because I read them. I'm like... I watched the first 2 seasons. I'm like, yeah, that's... I read this. I don't know. It's a good compendium. Now I can put like specific faces to characters, but I need to watch the rest of them.
If I was gonna ever get into Game of Thrones, which I never will,
You will.
I won't.
You should.
I would just watch the show, honestly. Like,
I mean, that's fair, but here's the important part about the stories. So in, like, let's say Harry Potter, you got Harry Potter. You know nothing's gonna fucking happen to him, right?
yeah,
Game of Thrones, they murder.
they kill off everyone.
Everyone. So you know the characters. You don't gain attachment to characters. Your attachment is to the story. I want to know what happens to the realm, right? So like, instead of I'm rooting for this guy to do this one thing, it's I want to see how this ends.
I feel like stories are based on characters.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're wrong. I thought so too until I read this. I guarantee you.
No, I mean, you can definitely do something that's not set up that way. But no matter if I read it or if I watch it, I will get attached to characters. And then I'll be upset when they die.
No, you're going to get attached to characters, but you're going to learn very fast that, like, oh, I can't do that anymore. You're about to learn.
I'm the kind of person who would do it anyway, and then when my fave character dies, I just fucking quit the show.
Nope.
I do that.
You will not.
I do that. I've done that before.
Because you're going to love multiple characters. Because they're all really good.
As long as there's one that I love who's not dead.
You can have 5 at all times. Or more. Especially if you go the book route. They really get in depth on these characters. Like,
I'm not about to.
Even the bad guys are you rooting for them.
I'm not gonna waste my life on reading all of the Game of Thrones books and watching the whole show because I don't think either of them are that fucking good.
You ever heard of books on tape? And they are that good.
I do listen to audiobooks, but not Game of Thrones.
I've read a lot of books. It's in fantasy. It's the best.
I'm not.
I'm sorry.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Look at my face. Would I lie to you? Would I lie to you?
I believe you would believe things that are wrong.
You ain't wrong. That's fair. I get you fucking started. Let's get to this later. You're gonna. I think you should take them as books on tape. I think that would be the best way for you. And then when you like it, watch the TV show.
I'm just gonna watch the show if I ever.
No, you're gonna miss out on a lot. You're gonna miss out on a lot. And the TV show's great.
I just don't believe I'm missing enough that's good. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, the TV show is great. It's better after you read the books. You know how you read a book and then you watch the movie and it's like, oh, there's a shit movie because I read the book. No, it's better after you read the books because they have 12 hours per book. It's 12-hour seasons, right? Like, I watched Sphere. Great book. Michael Crichton, right? Great book. You watch the movie, it's like, oh, they ran out of money. Partway through this. Oh, you got Sharon Stone and Samuel Jackson. It's going to be a good movie. Nah. Shitty ending. Horrible book.
Okay, I will give you that.
Movie.
The problem with most like movie adaptations of books is movies aren't long enough to convey what's in the book.
That's right.
Okay, so it's fair. It's fair to do like a show.
Even the Harry Potter books, which did at that time, I think the best adaptation because they made 3-hour movies. You get 12 hours per book. That's some shit. You get to really get into it.
That's the only thing I've heard that I agree with so far.
Book and then watch the show.
If I do
you hate titties? That TV show is all about the titties, which is
are titties enough to sell me? I don't know.
I think it's
Are titties a big motivator?
no.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
They're just a cherry on the top of the whipped cream.
Whipped.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I'll tell you if I do watch Game of Thrones. I'll tell you.
No. You're going to watch it.
We'll see. All
right. If I have to beat you up, that's what happens.
Haley and I will binge it. Okay. Here's your shadow people story. So she has the nightlight on her bed. It was pretty much it was on pretty much the whole time I was in bed. Not only because I would read to pass the time at night, but also because I couldn't sleep if it was dark. I would sleep with the light on, but there was also a nightlight in the hallway, just in case I needed to go to the bathroom. And I had to have my bedroom door open, just in case I needed to yell for my mom. Yes, I was that child. One night, I was in bed reading, and for some reason, I looked up at my door. I blinked my eyes a few times and thought that the nightlight had gone out. Then I realized that I could see the light through the top of the doorway. As my eyes focused, I realized that what I was seeing was a black figure taking up the majority of my doorway. It was standing up with one arm all the way across the doorway, with its head pointing toward the floor. It was wearing a giant hooded cloak with the hood up covering most of its face. Over the top of the arm, in the space that wasn't blocked by the hood, I could see the light glowing from the nightlight. I screamed bloody murder. My mom called back from her room, and I screamed for her to help me. The shadow person disappeared into thin air, and my mom came to get me back to sleep. I remember getting comfort from her, as well as a talk about how I'm safe and I have guardian angels watching over me. For years after that, I was scared of the idea of guardian angels too. I didn't like the idea of anything watching me, especially while I was asleep.
Yeah. That's not a shadow person story. So shadow people usually you see barely in the darkness. So that is just a straight up creeper Slenderman demon.
Yeah, that's just that's a ghost. That's more of a ghost story. Honestly. Yeah.
Well, that'd be scary as shit.
Fucking terrifying. Holy shit.
So the question is,
that would fuck me up.
How old was she at the time?
7 or 8.
So the question is, did she see it or does she remember seeing it because she, fantasized about it? That's what I'm worried about.
Was it one of those half asleep, half waking?
Right. That's what I'm worried about with my light helicopter alien story. I
think you were kind of dozing in the car.
I don't know. I don't remember. I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
My memories from when I was six are garbage. It's just memory doesn't work that well. So, what is it?
My story that I have, my exorcism one, is weird because I'm
so upset at you that we're not going to get that tonight.
I think I remember it, but I question it now. I'm like, am I changing details? Can we get your
mom on the podcast to ask about it?
I have never talked to my mom about this. We've never mentioned it.
Oh, that's a problem. This is what we need to do.
No.
That'll be our best episode
We can't ever talk about it.
Yes, we can.
No.
Eventually.
This is shit that should have been brought up in therapy.
How about this? Episode 200.
No.
Episode 200.
My mom will never be on this podcast.
Episode 200. We get your mom and ask her about it.
Oh, God.
And she's going to be like, no, a priest came in, splashed her twice, and that was it. That's what she's going to say.
It was, first of all, it was a Mexican priest.
What does that have to do with anything? There's a lot of Catholic Mexicans.
It was someone we knew.
Doesn't matter. There's a lot of... Doesn't matter that they're Mexican.
I'm just saying these are more details. It's so fucking weird.
Did he have the fucking Day of the Dead face paint on, or?
No, I didn't. I
Then it
didn't
doesn't
see
matter.
them. I never saw them.
Oh, was he gender neutral?
They were no. They were outside the door. Do you want me to tell the story?
No.
You want me to save
it? We're gonna
Oh.
get your mom in.
No, I'm just gonna save it and tell it when Haley's here.
Yeah,
I want Haley to comment on it.
I definitely did want to hear it, but we're gonna wait till Haley comes back and then.
She wants to hear it too, so
Yeah.
I'll save it.
Okay, well, we will hear it after you read Game of Thrones.
Oh my god,
That's
it's gonna be like in a year or 3 or 4.
a year's fair though. They're good books. It's worth a year. All right.
Okay.
We got one more.
Read this one's great.
So, I'll tell another personal story.
You got another one?
Yep. So, the first day of my freshman year, which entered me into high school, we moved into this house. It was built in 1988, so there was no, crazy shit, history, whatever. Pulling a hot tub is fucking dope. And I lived there all through high school.
Yeah.
So 4 years plus. And I had this thing happen to me, which you can trace it back medically. This shit happens. But it only happened to me in this house, has not happened since. What do they call it? They call it, what happens is I would wake up and can't move.
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis or night terrors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a couple things that happened. In my sophomore year, my grandpa died. And I was laying in bed. And then I remember being awake, but I couldn't move. And then somebody sitting on the end of my bed. And I felt like it was my grandpa. I attribute this completely to dream. Because I have a friend who I've known since kindergarten. He killed himself. He shot himself. And I've had dreams, a lot of dreams with him since. And it just happens. You dream about people that you know.
Yeah.
But most of the time when I had this sleep paralysis, I was awake-ish. And as I look back at it, I was awake, but not really. I felt like I was awake, but I was really still dreaming. But I would hear like really grumbly voices, like demon voices.
Oh, gross.
And I would have to shake myself awake. I would be like, all right, I can't wake up. And I would shake myself awake.
Holy shit.
Oh my God, it was so frustrating. And maybe it was haunted. Maybe there was a demon there. Because it only happened there and never before, never since.
That's weird.
What the worst part is the feeling of panic and having to shake yourself awake.
Yeah.
I feel like now that I said I'm gonna have one of those tonight.
You think you're gonna have one?
No,
You
but
jinxed
it was pretty bad. I hated it, but it only happened there. So maybe it's haunted. Maybe there's a demon there on the property, but there's no history. I don't know.
My dad has a story like that
Yeah.
he thinks is, he's not sure if it's a dream or if it's sleep paralysis or if it's he was awake and he was so scared that he
Yeah.
physically couldn't move.
Yeah.
I can't remember for what reason, but he had to spend the night in his car once. It was parked like on the side of a road, and he's asleep in the back seat. Right? It's
Yeah.
like the middle of fucking night. He thinks that he woke up because he had this really horrible feeling. He opens his eyes and he sees someone standing outside the car, just like looking in and watching him.
Mm-hmm.
And he remembers like wanting to like get up and do something, and he couldn't fucking move. He like couldn't scream, couldn't do anything.
Sounds like a specific nightmare.
He's not sure if he really did spend the night in the car, so he's not sure if he dreamed it,
Right. He had an anxiety dream,
if he
or if
was
it really happened.
awake and he was just scared shitless.
Yeah.
Or if it was like sleep paralysis, like he's not sure. But he told me that when I was really little, and it scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, it sounds like an anxiety dream. Like, I'll do that sometimes where I will dream people are breaking into the house because I'm always worried about it.
I had a creepy experience fucking yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
So, Anthony and I got back from the trip, and we drove up to my dad's, who lives like around the corner. And while we were waiting for him, he was supposed to come home, and he was on a separate trip, and he just like never came back. It was too late, so we left. So as
Were you worried?
No, they go on like long drives, and we just thought maybe we would catch him because he said he'd be back like 8.
So it wasn't like a planned thing.
No, and then it's like 9 and he wasn't there, so we dipped. So we go to leave, right? So I put something in my car, and then I turned to head back in his place to grab something else, and a car pulls up in the driveway. Now he shares this parking lot with like some neighbors, and a bunch of people park there. But all the cars for all the people are already there. So this car pulls up, and first I think it's him, and it's not him. It parks off to the side, and I don't recognize the fucking car. I'm like, who the fuck is this? We heard them like get out and shut the door, but then they like never... They're parked next to a van. We couldn't see them. They like never walked around the van. So we go back inside. We're like getting our shit to head out. We're like chatting for a little bit. We like started talking about something. Then we like go to actually leave. So I open the door to his place, look out, and in the middle of this like there's like this big open driveway area. It's a massive area. There's a dude standing there in the darkness, straight across from his door, just standing there watching us. And the door had been open while we were inside, so he was watching us.
Okay, so there are two things. One, concerned neighbor.
It wasn't.
Two.
His neighbors.
Two. I don't know if you know this. If you go up around the corner, there's a lot of meth in this neighborhood.
Oh, this area is full of sketchy fucking people.
Not as bad as it used to be 20 years ago. It was the worst.
It's better now. But Hazeldale's like a sketchy area, and he kind of lives up on like a weird hill.
Are you shutting out my spot right now?
Yeah.
I'm going to get stalkers and shit.
No, you're not. Crazy fans. But
I didn't say fans.
So this guy and I, who's just standing there, kind of stare each other down for about 30 seconds, and then he turns and walks off. But I don't think and his neighbor's house is right across from them. I don't think he goes into the house. I think he walks off into the yard, just into like the side area. And so
random meth just.
I freaked the fuck out, turn and slam the door, turn to Anthony, tell him everything that just went down.
What's he gonna do?
He didn't see it.
What's he gonna do?
He, like, we went and grabbed like a pair of scissors and then walked back out. We couldn't see the guy anywhere.
Anthony.
He could take someone on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he could. He could.
No protector.
So I asked my dad's girlfriend,
Grab some scissors.
There was a neighbor who used to live in this house. It's a house where like 3 or 4 people live. Mm-hmm. He lived there for a while, creeped everybody out, so they kicked him out.
That's probably the guy. And
he was really obsessed with me. Whenever I would come over, he would like try to hit on me, and he told my dad.
How old were you at the time?
This age. But he's like late 20s, but like there's something mentally like not right with him.
Yeah.
He creeped me out. He creeped them out. They kicked him out of the house, and we think that's who pulled up last night.
Gross.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I kind of thought the car was his when I saw it, but I was like, he wouldn't be here. There's no reason. Oh, that's my.
Oh, you're the one that's got the creeper fans.
No, I got a stalker, maybe.
Yeah. I just hope that this podcast never blows up.
Ever.
You're gonna get the creepiest creepers. Yeah, you're a hot chick. If you get famous, it's over.
I want it to blow up so we can get Haley a hottie. My dream is to hook Haley up with someone.
You know you can do that without blowing up.
I've tried. She's so picky.
That's not her. That's not you.
Ugh.
All right, so paranormal survey. Number 3 for me. Started in 2004. First name, Kelly.
We got a name.
Date of event, ongoing.
Oh.
Ooh. All right. How many witnesses? 8+.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
This is a family one, that's why.
Sometimes when I'm walking, flowers bloom.
Stop it.
The end. 8+ people seen it. All right.
Great experience.
Time of day, all day. Type of event, sighting. Canyon State, Oregon City. Oregon City, Oregon.
Oregon City is haunted. That whole area.
Oregon City's fucking dope. They got a... No one knows there's a dam there. There's a dam right there in the middle of the city. And
They
no one
think
knows
that...
because to Portland, Oregon City is the sticks.
They think that like most of Oregon City was built on like native burial grounds.
Yeah, that's retarded.
No,
Native burial grounds.
Everywhere.
Anytime everyone says native burial grounds, it's like, well, is it along a trail or like, what do you... Stop talking right now.
No, Haley and I went and saw that dude who gave that like live speech.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an expert on ghosts in Oregon City.
Wait, hold on a second.
But
Tell me.
No,
You say expert on ghosts?
Okay, no, he's an expert on the history of Oregon City, and
Okay, that's a different statement.
and he also has a lot of ghost experiences. Yeah, sorry.
Can we get him on the podcast?
We can try.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
wouldn't we?
He's a really cool guy. We could definitely
I
try.
know that for sure.
No, we saw him give a live speech.
Oh, you saw him give a speech, so he's a cool guy. You don't know his life?
He's a funny dude.
Why
You would
you
like him.
assuming?
He's a nice guy. Read your story.
All right. When my daughter was 2 years old, she's now 15. Because math. All right, we get it. All right. Started in 2004. Make it 14, but whatever, math. She pointed to the corner on the upper vaulted... Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to tell another story.
Are you serious?
Yep. And I've actually thought about telling this on... I have a Facebook friend who's this mother is about, and I don't think she listens. But if she does, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. So, my parents, when they were very young parents, very early 20s, they had some family friends. They had some friends, and one of them died in a car wreck. So, this lady who died in a car wreck has children. One of those I'm Facebook friends with.
Okay.
But we were living in a house, and I was a baby. I know this only secondhand told from my mother. My mother thinks she knows ghosts. We can have her on sometime if you want, but she's probably got ghost stories. Anyway, so I was in a hallway, and I was looking at something. Very poignantly looking at something. And my mom walked up, I guess, picked me up, and out of the corner, I saw this lady. Yep.
And that's what you were looking at?
That's what she says. That's what my mom says. She said she saw the ghost of this lady this one time, and this lady's ghost was entertaining me. I don't know. The end.
I believe it.
Maybe. My mom's weirdly psychic. Like, I don't believe in psychic, but my mom's done some shit. It's weird. Like, she's known some shit. I went to a party one time where my underage roommate got arrested because she left the party and went down the street and minor in possession. And she said she was bailed out by my mom because my mom just knew.
Your mom just like showed up.
Yeah, and I had to fucking run down the street. I saw my parents, and like, you can go home. I got it now. Like, yeah, it's creepy. My mom's creepy like that.
I believe that your mom is psychic, and we're gonna have her on the show.
If you want to, yeah. All right, let's go. So, okay, when my daughter was 2 years old, and she's now 15, which means she was born
Skip over it.
January, February, March, maybe April. She burned in the corner of the upper vault ceiling near the front door entrance of our home and said, "Spooky Daddy." She's 2 years old. She wasn't scared, but kept...
keep reading.
I think we found Emily's fetish, Spooky Daddy. She wasn't scared, but kept pointing to the corner and saying, "Spooky Daddy."
I'm gonna take a drink every time this story says Spooky Daddy because it's so
I
excessive.
think everyone out there should too. So far we're at 2 spooky daddies. Take 2 drinks. This continued for about 2 years. Every day throughout the day, she pointed to the same spot on the same corner and said, "Spooky Daddy, take a drink."
3.
She was never scared of it and kind of became comforting. It became comforting.
Spooky Daddy.
I would like to know what that means. It
very
became
comforting.
Like, I bumped my head. I look up at the corner. Spooky Daddy. Okay, I'm okay.
Oh, Spooky Daddy's there, watching over us.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be comforted.
Oh, you're not to yourself. Just never scared. Shortly after her 4th birthday, it stopped one day when she noticed. When we noticed, she didn't point or say "Spooky Daddy" again. I mean, on her 4th birthday was like the day before was the last time, or that's the time you noticed it. Fast forward to our grandson when he was about 1.5 years old. Out of the blue, he pointed to the same corner and said, "Spooky Daddy." Oh, gross.
We're up to 5. 5 Spooky Daddies.
We were all in the living room when it happened, and we all about fell out of our chairs. Probably not hyperbole. All of a sudden, my daughter, who was the first to see Spooky Daddy, said, "That's right. OMG, Spooky Daddy."
That's 7. We're up to 7 now.
The same thing happened with my daughter. The same thing that happened with my daughter happened to our grandson exactly. He continued to point and say "Spooky Daddy" for about a year. Again, he was not scared of it, and he stopped pointing, saying "Spooky Daddy" when he was about 3 years old. As quickly as he had started saying it, if you ask my daughter, this is not my grandson's mother, his mother is my older daughter, doesn't matter. It's fucking stupid. Of course it's not. And ask my grandson about it, what Spooky Daddy looks like, they will each describe him exactly the same. Tall, dark, older man in older clothing. What does older clothing mean?
Like vintage, you know, like.
But do 4 years old? No.
Well, they're older now. I still remember it.
There have been dozens.
Dozens.
Does that look like dozens?
It's a
Duyens.
real bad attempt to do a Z.
It says dozens.
It looks like a Y.
Dozens of witnesses to this over the years, and we have never felt uncomfortable or fearful. In fact, just the opposite. If you ask any of us, we believe Spooky Daddy exists, we will tell you he does. Duyens. That's kind of funny. Lighthearted. I like it.
Do you like
Weird.
Spooky Daddy?
It's weird that he lives in a corner.
He lives in the corner of the ceiling, and his name is Spooky Daddy.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite fucking thing I've ever
Spooky
heard.
Daddy. Is that what you're going to start calling your boyfriend?
Probably.
Yeah, what's up, Spooky Daddy?
I read this to him, and
Give it to me, Spooky Daddy.
no.
Oh, yeah, right there, Spooky Daddy.
I made him read this, so he's already heard it. It was too good not to.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got 2 stories, and they're by the same person, so I'll just pick one of them.
No.
Want me to do both?
Yep.
Okay. They're both by some chick named...
If you tell them, do the first one, and then I will tell you another personal story.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how I know they're by the same person, because one of them, she didn't put her name, but somehow I figured out they're both by the same person.
Same writing.
I think it's the same writing. Look at these periods that are like circles. Look at those. And then also...
Yeah,
it's
who does
fucking
that?
Circles. I told you, it's like, why is that a thing? I don't know. Okay. So, this person's name is Junay, but they spell it Junay. Junay.
Okay.
So bad.
How would you spell it?
Janae. Junay.
Yeah, that's how I've seen it twice.
Junay. With... No.
I don't know.
This is wrong. The event is mid-October 2017. One witness, probably just her. Time is 8-ish p.m. Event is Ghost, and it happens in Marion County, Oregon.
You ever heard of Marionberries?
Yeah,
You know why they're called Marionberries?
because of Marion County?
That's where they were invented. They were spliced together.
I didn't know that. Are you filming me again?
Nope.
Okay, good. When my husband and I purchased the store, we were told by some of our locals that it was occupied by a ghost cat. Well, maybe this is a couple who owns the store. I didn't think of that.
Maybe.
From time to time, I have seen something low to the ground dash past me out of the corner of my eye. Each time I set mouse traps, since we certainly don't want mice in the store, nothing gets caught in the traps. Other than that, we haven't had any strange experiences in the store until recently. About a month and a half ago, I came back to work after taking some time off to be with my toddler. One evening, I was headed to the restroom. On my way back, I saw something pass me in the opposite direction out of the corner of my eye.
Wait. This is a hallway? How do you just see something pass you out of your corner of your eye? How's that?
The store's small.
That's kind of my point. If something passes you,
If it's
How you-
something
how you gonna just
small,
bit-
I think that's a ghost cat that they're getting at.
it's a squirrel. Okay, go ahead.
It could be. Okay.
It's a fucking squirrel.
Saw something pass me in the opposite direction out of the
Rat.
corner of my eye. Later that evening, I was walking back from the kitchen to the back door of the beer cooler when I walked past the ice cream freezer. There was a man standing there, just as plain as can be, for more than half a second. If I was artistic, I could draw him. The image was so clear. He was a man in his early 60s, maybe late 50s, about 6 foot, brown hair cut short, but
Was he a cat?
not too short, combed to the side. He wasn't fat or skinny.
What-
He was medium build.
Would you describe him as a quote unquote spooky daddy?
Yes. Every ghost forever is just spooky daddy.
For sure.
Okay. Medium build. He looked like he could put in a good day of hard work. This is real specific.
Good day of hard work.
She's like judging his lifestyle. He was wearing a dark red and white plaid button-up shirt. ... And then he was gone. I was taken by surprise, not afraid but startled. There was no emotion that came with seeing him. He was just there, then gone. A few days later, I was doing dishes in the kitchen. My kids were out in front of the store, and I was just finishing up. I was, I don't know what this is, intensely stirring at my rinse sink when I got the feeling that someone was there. It was strong enough that it made me stand straight up and do a full 360 turn because someone was present, yet there was no one. I'm associating the experience with
Have
the
you ever
fact...
gotten that feeling? Where you know someone's there, and then there's no one there.
I did a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I couldn't stop like looking for someone, and eventually I realized there was a little tiny baby that was watching me from around the corner, and like just the baby's eyes were peeking around the corner,
Oh yeah.
and it was just like
It's
staring
weird
at
how
me.
much you perceive even when you don't actually perceive it.
Yeah.
I will get that all the time when I'm looking at something, and out of the corner of my eye, I'll get like let's say your phone is on the passenger seat, and you'll pass a light, and it'll do a thing with the light, right?
Yeah.
The reflection. And I'll look over, and it's like, there's nothing there. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, right?
It makes you think like all those times that you think something is there, is it really just like a trick of the light?
Could be anything.
Yeah.
Anything moving.
Have you seen John Dies at the End? Have you seen that?
It's not good.
Oh, I fucking love it.
not
Oh my
good.
god, I love that movie.
You know what he
Oh.
doesn't do?
What?
He doesn't fucking die at the end.
I love that it's like
Part
a
of that- well,
misdirection.
So no. It's not a mis. What it is? It was originally a short story where John actually died at the end, and then they made it longer.
I thought
Anyway,
it was
it's
fun.
not. It's not bad. It's just not great.
Isn't Paul Giamatti in that? He is, isn't he?
I don't know. I watched it once.
He fucking is.
Paul Giamatti's awesome in everything he ever
He's
does.
the one who tells you in the movie, he's like, all that shit that you think you see out of the corner of your eye that's not there, it's fucking there.
Yeah. Good. I fucking love Paul Giamatti.
So I trust him, and it's all real.
If they ever remade Jaws, he would have to play fucking Richard Dreyfuss.
You know they're making... have you seen the trailers for Meg? The Meg.
Megalodon is a completely different book. It's a fucking fantastic book. Well, no, they made Megalodon a movie, and that's what borne out all the shark versus giant octopus, right? Megalodon, they made that movie. If they're remaking it but more serious with their
Have you not seen the trailer for it?
No.
Oh my god.
But listen to me. They made Megalodon after the book. And that's what spawned Giant Shark versus Giant Octopus. Those movies, right?
I love those.
But
They're so
make
trash.
if they're gonna make it for serious, good for them. It's a really good book. I think it's Michael Crichton. I think it's Jurassic Park guy.
The movie's coming out this summer.
Yeah.
Jason Statham, Rainn Wilson.
Trash.
Oh my god, it looks so fucking good.
Rainn Wilson hasn't done anything good since House of a Thousand Corpses.
It looks really good.
Yeah, no.
This is going to be the next
really
good thing that he does.
It's a really good book. I hope they do it justice.
We'll go see it. I think it looks phenomenal.
Yeah. Good for them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I think this story's almost over.
How did we get to Megalodon?
I don't know, David. You just like veered us off.
Oh, yeah, I was talking about seeing things out of the corner of your eyes.
Yeah.
Man, that's just real.
And sharks. Okay, she says, I'm associating the experience with the fact that we demolished the strawberry barn, an old pole barn that has been on the property for who knows how long. Maybe someone was expressing their frustration or approval, not sure. I am currently in search of pictures of prior property owners, as I am very interested in who it may have been, but have no answers as of yet. As of this time, activity has ceased.
Why would they get rid of the old strawberry barn?
To build...
Strawberries and toads.
Because they were building
Come on,
the store.
out of your favorite berries, strawberries got to be in the top 3, though, right?
Strawberries are number 1. What berry is better than a strawberry?
Raspberries.
That's not true. You're wrong. I'll fight you.
I think strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, in any order. You're right. You're right.
Those are the best berries.
Yeah, those 3.
Blueberries are...
they're
just okay.
They're good. They're top 10.
They're not the best, though.
They're not. Fucking,
Nobody's going to say blueberries.
They're not fucking raspberry material.
Blueberries ain't shit.
Yeah.
Anybody who's coming at you with, like, blueberries are the best berry,
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out. And by the way, honorable mention, Marionberries, which are a blackberry, raspberry hybrid kind of fucking thing. Whatever. They're good. But raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. Get the fuck out of here if those aren't your top 3.
I had boysenberry pancakes. Fucking delicious.
Boysenberries are good.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Okay, they're top 10.
Top 5.
Yeah.
If you want. If you tell me they're top 5, we're not fighting.
Yeah, okay.
I'm only fighting about that top 3 though.
Top 3, and then blueberries and boysenberries. There's your top 5.
I don't know.
On lock.
For me, I don't think blueberries are top 5.
You know what? I don't like blueberries that much.
You ever had cinnamon berries?
No.
They're better than blueberries.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Let's have a blueberry tasting
You ever had
episode.
avocado?
Avocado, just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than blueberries.
Avocado is better than most things.
Avocado's a berry. Do you know that?
Is it?
Yep.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna need to double check on that.
They used to call them alligator fruit, alligator berries.
Have you seen those pictures of people who go to cut through the avocado and they just like slice through their fucking hand?
No, I haven't.
What? Oh,
those are idiots. Those are the same people who are like, I'm going to do a shotgun beer and slice right through their hand.
people are so fucking stupid.
Yeah, let's not do that.
These are people who think avocados are like a regular fruit where they're like hard and you have to like saw through it.
Yeah.
So they just go plunge the knife in. It slides straight through and into their hand.
I'm very recently on the avocado train. I hated them 15 years ago.
Everyone who hates them says it's because of the texture.
Yes.
Because they're like buttery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've heard them called like butter fruits.
Yeah, I don't know.
By people who hate them.
Because butter is mostly in your mouth is fucking delicious. You can spread butter on toast.
The texture is the same.
But now I like them.
I fucking love
Yeah,
avocados.
Yeah, it's always in the house now. Well, also, it's really good for you.
It's so good.
Especially if you are vegan.
Great source of protein.
Yeah, and fats.
And everything.
And fats. Fats are very important to your diet. If you're vegan, by the way, and you're slamming down pasta, just don't. This is not that kind of podcast. I'm going to stop talking right now. But anyway, avocado are berries.
I'm going to look this up later because I'm in shock.
Yeah. No, that's top 10 berry for sure.
Okay, avocado is like, if that's berry, that's number one.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
It's better than strawberries.
Yeah.
Better than strawberries. and blackberries and raspberries.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know when someone goes like this on your belly? That's not called an avocado blast. It's called a raspberry. There's a reason.
It should be called an avocado blast.
No, that's not. I'm gonna cut that out.
I'm gonna avocado blast on someone's stomach.
I'm gonna cut this out in post because I can't let this hit the real world.
This is some of the best shit we've ever
If
said.
that ever gained traction, I would have to quit life.
Have you heard people refer to jizz as guac?
No.
Oh my god, you've never heard that?
No.
There was like a 6-month period where I was only saying it.
That's because you use a hoe, though. That's the only reason why.
No, it's great.
No.
Like,
because guac is your favorite
oh
fruit.
my god.
No,
there's so much you can do with it.
Listen, listeners, I'm not saying that Emily's a hoe, but she's a hoe.
I am so
don't worry about
not.
it.
I'm the
Don't worry
opposite of
about
a hoe.
She's a hoe, but don't worry about it.
You're gonna go hawk your guac. Just like 6 months of this. I still use it.
Sleep and not show up for the next 6 months.
Now every time you think about guacamole,
I'm not. No. This is your thing. This is your fetish.
This is everyone's thing now.
This is your fetish, and I'm not a part of it. That's fine. I don't have to be part of your fetishes. You don't have to be part of mine.
Everyone needs to get on board the guac train.
Why am I not Facebooking this part of the fucking...
You missed the best
All right,
shit.
so we got to get video on this podcast because you're ridiculous. And I need you to have a face to everything you fucking say.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I definitely...
Oh, yeah.
I don't want that.
All right, so upcoming, we're going to have videos of Emily talking about all of her fetishes,
Oh,
all of her
God.
guacamole fucking gross fetishes on video for everyone to share. The end.
Avocado blast. I'm gonna get it on. We're gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Right. All right, so I guess we're gonna end this story episode, which was fucking dope. We should do this, I don't know, at least once every 10.
We will do more if people send us their stories.
Yeah, at least once every 10. That was fucking fun. And by the way, if you send in your story via email to nwmysteryshow@gmail.com, we will not make fun of you as much as I made fun of.
We'll go easier.
I guarantee you, Haley will not make fun as much as I did.
Haley and I will be gentler.
Yeah, they'll just spread their guac right all over your stories.
We'll hawk all our guac on your stories.
Fucking disgusting. You know what we didn't do tonight is plugs. Let's give out some quick plugs.
Shout out to my buddy Michael Stevens, who did our theme song, which is dope and
At the beginning of every show.
opens up every show.
Very fun.
And shout out to my friend Augie, Augustina, who made our bomb logo, which makes us look legit.
Yeah, it's a good logo.
Yeah.
I've
been thinking.
I think all 5 variations I've seen of it, they're all good. I think we got the best, but they're all good.
She gave us so many options and then she let us tweak it.
Yeah.
And it turned out so good.
Shout
I've
out-
been thinking I might get it tattooed.
That's legit.
I think
Shout
I'm
out
gonna.
to Haley for fucking not showing up. And you guys have to listen to me all episode when she doesn't show up. No one wants to listen to me. They want to listen to you guys.
We miss Haley. She will be back next week.
Yeah, and I won't talk so fucking much. Jesus.
She's going to tell us all about her trip she took to California. She went to Alcatraz the Winchester house.
She did both.
Yeah. And she stayed the night at a fucking clown hotel, which she's told us nothing about.
That doesn't bother me.
It bothers
That
me.
does nothing for me.
It bothers me.
I legit wrote someone's what do you call it when you someone wanted to get into clown school, and I wrote their
letter of recommendation
yes.
for clown school.
Yes, clown school is pretty legit.
Is it hard to get into?
Yeah,
it's exclusive.
yeah. I wrote someone's letter of recommendation for clown school.
No.
Yep. And this person is a working entertainer at this point. Has her own
degree in clownology.
No, it's fucking ridiculous. Has her own character, come to your party thing.
Oh.
Also a burlesque dancer. Also a clown burlesque dancer.
I am interested in whatever that is. We're gonna.
I want to say you met her, but maybe not.
You sent me some pictures of clown burlesque dancing. I want to see.
Yeah, that's her. Go to. Fuck, let me find it. Give another plug and I'll find her shit.
Oh man, I'm out of plugs. I know.
What about Townsy Productions?
Townsy Productions. .com/Northwest Mystery Show. You can find all of our episodes there. If you want to listen on your computer, if you want to listen on your phone, download the Stitcher app, and you can find us on there under the Northwest Mystery Show. So you can listen on your phone on the go. And we're working on getting on YouTube and iTunes. So in the next couple weeks, that should be up. We're going to get on more platforms.
Yeah, we're going to do whatever we can to be everywhere. So it is roxykitten.com, ROXIE kitten.com, to see my personal friend, who is a entertainer that does all sorts of shit. If you live in the LA area, she does not only burlesque dancing, but also legit entertainment and also child's entertainment. She's a jack of all trades. She doesn't do nude shit. Get off her nuts. Don't be creep.
I'm gonna look into these photos, and if there's some good clown burlesque ones, I'm gonna post them.
Yeah, she did some locally. Last time she was in town at the Clinton Street Theater, and she did a clown burlesque routine that was 3 to 5 minutes. It was juggling and silly and a lot of fun.
If she comes back, we'll have to see her.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's all I can think of.
Okay, say bye.
Bye.